¿Todo bien? Estoy empezando mi programa, ¿todo bien?
La directora de mensajes, si le puedo cuidar al niño esta semana que viene por la tarde.
Perfecto, bye. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh. I have so much to talk about today. Wow. First of all, welcome to Sound Bath Sundays. I see we have 3 people here today. If you'd like to put in the chat who you are, I would love it. If you were here last week, you might be surprised to see me here because I wasn't supposed to, but I'm gonna get into that in 1 second. I'm actually just wiring up to get on Facebook. I'm a little bit behind because I had to redo my set and things weren't working again today, but hey, they are working now and I am happy. Let's see, let's do this so that, yeah, okay. Are we centered? Yeah, I was like, what is that? Is the spoon to my cup. It's like, that's a weird metal thing. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it is. It is my spoon to my cup. All right, here we go. So I have to add a description. This could be a tech instructional video for you if you have never gone live on Facebook and you're interested. So you press the button live, then you press what your live is about if you want to do that. And that's what I'm doing, Sound Bath Sundays. And then I put a little dash, but I don't like the straight dash. I like the curly Q dash. And then I put my title, ready, fire, aim. And then I usually put what it's about, but because we are running late, I'm just gonna go ahead and start the live video. I set it up on my little tripod right above my other camera and I have 2 cameras going on at the same time. Hopefully we're good. This is a little on the crooked side. Hola, Susie. Bienvenida. Welcome to Sound Bath Sundays. Let me see if I can do this properly. Okay. Yay, Stacia. Welcome. All right. Wow. So, okay. If you were here last week, you probably weren't expecting to see me. You were expecting a surprise. And there's no surprise because my surprise flaked out on me. And because I usually circle it back around to me, what is it that I could be doing, right? Why people flake out? This was tied to, this person hasn't flaked out on me before. So it's interesting because there's twofold. There's 2 things that are going on that I've analyzed, because if you know me, you know I like to analyze everything. And the first one is about me. The first one is I was trying to get away. I was trying to take 2 days off because I really haven't had a vacation in a very long time, a real vacation where I can just go and unplug. But, you know, it's all about timing. When things just don't flow, there's something there. And I try not to push it, but because I've been trying to get away for 2 weeks now and it hadn't happened, I started to push. Then I had this person that was going to take over today and do the show, and I was going to be able to leave. But see, here's the thing. First of all, I haven't missed 1 Sunday in about 2 years. We're going to have a 2-year celebration because I think I already missed the 2-year mark, but I'm going to check my calendar. And we're still going to have a 2-year celebration because I love celebrating. And so I'm literally going to mark this because the 1 year celebration, I didn't do any. I just said, oh, today's the 1 year and whatever. And I didn't really stop to enjoy, to celebrate with you all, to thank you properly for showing up every Sunday and helping me show up every Sunday, and not, yay, celebration, says Stacia, yeah, and helping. And there's going to be prizes. So we're going to have a real celebration this time. Like when you used to go to your kids' parties, I don't know, I'm from Mexico, we have piñatas, you break the piñata, you come out with a bag full of stuff. We're going to come out with bags full of stuff. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be fun. And so I started analyzing, because that's what I do, and because I believe that we have a filter called the reticular activating system, the thing that I speak about the most, right? That RAS, that filter through which we see and experience life. And we have set ideas that are pretty fixed. They, unless we do the work, a lot of the concepts that the reticular activating system holds. Hey, Sarah. Yes, we're going to celebrate. All my friends from my mastermind love celebrations, so we're going to have a mastermind celebration. So anyway, the reticular activating system is very set. And sometimes we notice what it's attracting because of what shows up in our environment, but we don't know. It's that thing that we don't know, right? You don't know why certain things show up in your life. Some things you work for, you manifest. If you're working on the law of attraction and manifesting, they'll show up and you'll be, yeah, I manifested this. But some things show up and they could be really good and you don't know how they happen, and they could be not so good and still you don't know how on earth they happen. So I was thinking, okay, so why did this person not show up? Because he's not a person that doesn't show up. And like sometimes it gets tricky setting up the appointment, the dates and stuff. But when he said, I'm doing this, he's doing it. Part of it, I believe, it was me being the control freak that I am, because I've never, since I started this Sound Bath Sundays thing going, I've never not shown up. I've never surrendered control of what would happen. And because I wanted to make sure that there was no interruption. Like I don't dare sometimes say, well, I'm just going to take 2 weeks off and I'll play reruns, which wouldn't be a bad idea, because there's some episodes right now as I'm speaking that come to mind. It's like, oh, I could play this one. That could be really wonderful. Hadn't thought of that. Maybe I will, just to teach myself to let go of the trying to control everything, to always be in control. To always be in control, not only of my life, but the people that I love. And sometimes it doesn't work out too well. And if you ask me right now, well, how's that working out for you? I can say, not so much. So I realized that perhaps it was my control freakishness thing that I've got going that created this person to say, can we do it next weekend? Yeah, whatever. Really doesn't matter. I was just so excited, right? And then I thought, okay, but then I realized that this person is doing something that has taken him a very long time to do. This project that he's been working on, this idea that he's had in his head. And I don't know why. I'm going to ask him on the next interview what took him so long or what took him until now. And it's really not so long, because things happen in divine order when they are supposed to happen. But why now and why not 5 years ago, 3 years ago, last year, whatever. And so I think part of his RAS was yeah, I want to be there, but then he would have to announce his project. And although he's announced it, in a safe area, in a safe space of his friends and the people that he knows, and coming here and announcing it would be like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I'm really thinking about it now. And Sarah says replaying previous episodes might help, especially for people who haven't been here around for a while, so for a long time, for new people that haven't heard the beginning and some of the things. So basically what I'm thinking about this mystery guest was that showing up here would mean that this is for real. And sometimes when we are dreaming of a project, have a dream in our heart, it is very difficult to put ourselves out there to say, I'm doing this, because of the mind frick that happens, that usually there's very few of us that don't go into that. Will I be received? Will they get criticized? Will it succeed? Will it fail? If it succeeds, now it means I'm really going to have to deliver. If it fails, oh my God, and it's fear on every aspect. It's like, if it succeeds, oh my God. If it fails, oh my God. If this, oh my God, everything is like, oh my God, I'm really going to have to follow through. And so one of the things that the subject for today then happened because this happened. And then I was in my mastermind call on Friday. And as we were speaking about something, I said, oh, this is actually going to be the theme for Sunday, which is there's never a perfect time. Hear that again. There is never a perfect time for anything, really. There could be like really a good time for timing. I was thinking of when I was doing the graphic, I was looking for the graphic, I was thinking of someone jumping off a cliff into the water. And when I was doing that, I was like, wait a second. When you're jumping, I've jumped off a cliff in my parents probably are going to hear this for the first time. I don't know if they've heard this story before. If they haven't, it happened a long time ago, and I'm here, I'm alive, nothing happened to me. But there's a place in Acapulco called La Quebrada. If you ever seen the famous divers from Acapulco, I didn't jump from there. Just so you know, I didn't do that one. But across from La Quebrada, which is really high, the divers go in, and there's a very particular technique of how and when to jump. Across from La Quebrada, my friend's uncle or something had a house there. And one time when I went to Acapulco with my friends, I got caught after because I lied to my parents. I said I was going halfway to Acapulco, to Cuernavaca. And we just carried on because once we got to Cuernavaca, my best friend's like, oh, let's go with everybody. And I was like, I haven't told my parents, like, don't worry about it. Nobody will find out. Well, we ended up going on a sailboat with one of my dad's dearest friends. And he was like, oh, I loved seeing Hannah. And he was like, what? What do you mean? She was in Acapulco. He's like, oh, really? Tell me more. Anyway, that trip, my dad knows about that. They have a house right across the cliff, which is about half the height of La Quebrada. It's still pretty darn high. I can tell you, you can sing happy birthday on your way down and maybe 1.5 times. Because once you're going down, it feels like you're never going to reach the ground or the water. And in order to jump that jump, you had to jump. Okay, the waters were coming in, the waves would come in, and literally they come in and then they'd wash out. And when they washed out, all you could see was a black bottom. It was black sea urchins at the bottom. So if you landed on that you would be impaled by a bed of Black Sea urchins. So the thing was that you couldn't jump when the water was coming in, because by the time you landed, the water would have gone out, and then it was surely you were going to hit the urchins. And then the water would come in, and I don't know, whatever. Things you do when you're young. I'm not sure I would do that again. Anyway, I was with these guys that were all, 19, 20 years old, and they had been doing this for years. You had to go up, you had to leave your flip-flops at the bottom, because you couldn't, you couldn't jump with the flip-flops, and then you'd have to go back up, and the only way to come down was jumping. Once you were up there, you couldn't do anything but jump. There was no way to come down. It was so hard. Like, it was almost impossible. So you had to go jump and then do it again. So leave the flip-flops. None of my girlfriends did it. They thought I was absolutely insane. And I'm like, I'm doing this. So of course I'm going, they're telling me how to do. And I was taught how to jump by the guy that's the nephew of the owner of the thing, who'd done it hundreds of times, if not thousands of times, right? So he explained to me that when the water left, I had to jump out as far as I could, put my arms close to my body, like really tight, and point my feet. You don't want to land with your flat feet. You can break your bones. You don't want to flail your arms, because when it's so high that when you hit the water, it's like you're hitting a wall, literally. So now I'm thinking about it, it's like, I think it was quite, I didn't measure. It was the excitement, the adrenaline. So anyway, you jump, boom, the water is gone. You jump when you're seeing the black urchins, and as you're falling, you don't even have time to think about it. The water comes in, you land, ta-da, you come out, it's all good. So there is a specific timing for things, and there's a specific order for things, right? You have to jump all the way out. You have to bring your arms in, because once you're jumping, you're literally using the entire force of your body, and you're using your arms to go out as far away from the cliff as possible. So you need your arms, and then you bring them in. So if you bring your arms in and you jump, then you're going to probably do a flip, and you might scratch yourself going down and then go out of thing. Then you have to point your toes so that you can smoothly go into the water. And there is an order of things. So if you change the order, sometimes it can be unforgiving, right? That happens. The same thing when launching a product, the same thing in marketing, the same thing in life. Sometimes we do things out of order, and they come back to bite us. However, there is never a perfect time. How many of us have had an idea in our head, a product in our mind, a dream in our heart, that we're waiting for the perfect time to do it, to take action, to when this happens, I'm going to do that. When this happens, this is going to happen. And then those things never, ever, ever, ever happen. They just don't. And if you have been in the self-development arena for a while, you probably have heard one of the big coaches say, ready, fire, aim. I've been told this by a ton of my coaches. It's like, you get ready the best you can, you go for it, and then you aim. You know where you want to go, you have an idea. But if you are ready, then you start aiming, the target sometimes moves. There's no straight line. And sometimes our target is so far away, we cannot see our target. But if we never set off in the first place, We can never aim, we can never reach a target because we'll be static, waiting to see the target that is miles away, maybe years away, because our dream might be so big that we might be waiting for our entire life. So there is never a perfect time for that. If you have a dream in your heart, if there's something that's been calling you and you've been pressing the snooze button, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes for a long time. I know I did that myself. Something was calling me years ago to become an actor. That was in my heart. It was so burning in my being. I wanted to go back and do commercials and do all these things that I did when I was little. I was like, I know that's going to make me so happy. And I wouldn't do it. One day I was at the gym with my personal trainer. He was also an actor. He's like, you'd be so great at commercials. And I was like, yeah, I know. I used to do them. I love them. He's like, okay, let's go to a casting. And I just went. I didn't think about it. I didn't stop to worry. I just said, let's do it. How many times have you done something that has been on a seeming whim, that has been so instrumental in your life, that has changed your life forever? I know me coming to this country was almost a whim. My parents had moved to Cancun. I was so depressed. I was living at home with a dog a stray that I adopted. And my poor mom, she had to take care of my dog. My mom ends up taking care of my dogs. I was going to college, but it was a time when there were a lot of kidnappings in Mexico City. And I lived in fear. Every time I came out of my 10 o'clock in the evening class, I had class from 8 to 10 or 6 to 10 sometimes. And I'd come home and I'd be like feeling like somebody's chasing me. And I was so lonely. And I was like, and there was so much pollution. Imagine this. 30 years ago, I'm talking about 1987. And I was like, this city is so polluted. It's like, I don't know how people are going to live here. We're all going to die because there's so much pollution. And you can see what people live in now. And it's like, really? I had no idea humans could sustain so much and endure so much. But there we have it. Anyway, one day my dad came from Cancun and said, what's wrong? And I said, I'm just miserable. And he said, well, I'll just go wherever you want. And my dad and my parents have been so amazing, always supporting me and all my craziness. And I just literally looked at the map and I thought, well, I can't go back to New York. I'll freeze. I don't want that weather anymore. I wasn't dancing and keeping my temperature up. And I'm like, no, my parents had an office in Miami. I'm like, I'm going to Miami. So I moved to Miami, but this was a Monday right before the holidays. My last day of class was, I think, Friday or Thursday, something like that, Thursday. And Thursday was the last day I could pay my tuition for the following semester. If I missed that deadline, I was out. And in Mexico City, they're like, there's no like, okay, I'll pay on Monday, later, maybe. No, it's like either I paid or I was out. I called my dad's secretary in Miami and I said, I'd like to go to university there. Can you help me find a place? Within 2 minutes, they found me whatever. Friday, I left for Cancun for the holidays with a suitcase, my portfolio, and my crutches because I had a broken leg and a cast. And I went for the holidays with my cast, my crutches, my suitcase, and my portfolio. And I never went back to Mexico City to live. By January 11th, 1988, I arrived in Miami to my new life. And it was so life-changing. And I decided this like maybe on the 17th, 18th, like 2 weeks earlier. I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. That sounds like a good plan. Boom. I didn't stop to think whether I'd succeed, whether I'd fail, whether I'd be admitted into the university. I had no idea that people in this country apply for university like 2 years before or a year before, and they go on college trips and whatever. I just showed up and I'm like, I want to go here. They're like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I want to go here. And they're like, well, do you have your SATs? And I had done them in, I don't know why I had done SATs, but I had like a 1500. Apparently it was like top thing. They just got my SATs from 3 years before. They validated them. And they're like, okay, the classes have already started yesterday. So they gave me the last bed in the dorm. and I was in 2 days. Like the next Monday I was in class. And that's how my life in this country started, right? So how many times have we done things that have changed the course of our lives, that has been amazing, or not amazing, but has changed the course of your life, that you didn't stop to think about it, that you didn't contemplate the consequences, that you didn't go into fear about whether you're going to succeed or not, you just did it. And didn't they work out? For me, every time, all I keep thinking when I do things like that is that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark with Harrison Ford, that he's being chased by the bad guys and he comes to a precipice and he's like, oh dear Lord, I'm going to jump, because he had no escape. He puts his foot out and the bridge shows up underneath him. And he's like, okay. Then another foot and the bridge starts magically showing up underneath him. And he starts like running. And the faster he runs, the faster the bridge sustains him and gets him across to safety. And so I believe that life is like that. Life is for us. And when we take that leap of faith into the unknown, into the, oh God, I don't know what's going to happen. When we do it for the right reasons, when we're aligned with it, when you know in your heart, it's like, this is it. I want this. I'm having it. Things will align. The universe will conspire every single time to support you and give you everything you need and more. So if there's something in your heart that you've been putting up for 50 years, for 10 years, for a week, that you know that it's burning inside of you, and that you know you have to take a certain step, you have to take the first step, I implore you, take the step. If something inside of you is telling you what to do, that inside of you that talks to you will never, ever lead you astray. That's called your intuition, your higher self, your inner genius that knows so much more than you. And you know because it's aligned. You know because it feels good in your body. You know that you know. It's that knowing that when you follow through with that and you not allow a single nano doubt to go through, it just kind of, you take off like a rocket ship. And if any one of you has been living in planet Earth in the past 5 months, you might know that life is not the same as it was in February, the beginning of March. Life right now is completely different than it was. And I don't know that it'll ever go back to the way it was. I know it'll be different. I don't know if it's going to be better, if it's going to be worse. I am banking on better because I keep visualizing better. And I hope you join me in that. But I do know that it has made me, all of us, realize the impermanence of life, the fleeting moment that our lives are. And frankly, if we're all going to go down, wouldn't you rather go down doing something that makes you happy? Just saying. I've been very blessed. I'm very lucky. I've always done things that make me happy. And when they don't make me happy, I figure it out and I start focusing on what I would like. And one of the reasons I think that I didn't go away was that I was trying to run away from what I'm having right now because I've been feeling trapped because of everything that's going on. I love traveling, and I've been feeling like, oh my God, I can't travel anymore. And now I'm trapped here in Philadelphia, and I don't want to be trapped. And this wasn't the plan. And I'm supposed to be here, and I'm supposed to be in Portugal, and I'm supposed to be here, and I'm supposed to be there. And yet here I am. But I also know that wherever I go, there I am. So running away, I'm just going to run away with my mind freak, and it's just going to accompany me, and it's probably going to cost me a lot of money to go on vacation for me to be in this state. So I figured things happen for a reason. So something for you to ponder. You can't run away from yourself. And when you begin to be happy, content, and grateful with what you have, which I was forgetting, then you relax. And I decided, well, if I can't go away, I'm going to make my vacation here. And I actually signed up for a moonlight kayaking trip in the Schuylkill, I never say it, no, if I'm saying it right, river here in Philly, that my friends who are from Philly were disgusted about, because they were like, you wouldn't catch me dead in that river. And there I was. I've swam in the Hudson, so this was nothing. So anyway, yeah, you used to always desire to run away. Yeah, and that was part of me, right? Running away. And it's like you run away and you look at yourself in the mirror, and there you are. And you're there with all your good things and all your garbage. So when we begin to just say, this is what I have, how, even if it's lemons, okay, what kind of lemonade am I going to make today? Today, I'm going to make watermelon lemonade. I'm going to make strawberry lemonade and make plain lemonade and do whatever, but make lemonade. Okay. So our sound bath today is called Taking Action. I'm going to use some frequencies. I don't know, did I introduce you to my Shruti box? My new toy. And see, I should be grateful. I have lots of new toys. And I got my frequency device, which, oh my God, it's helped me a lot through my stuff. And I believe it works at an emotional level. And I've been doing it a lot. So I think a lot of my running away was things that were coming up because this thing was activating it and working through it. It's like sometimes you get the reactions, right? Anyway, we're using a few frequencies that are going to make you feel activated, feel inspired, feel connected to your inner genius. And then, of course, we're going to bring Harry along. So we're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then I'm going to talk to you about my new program. I'm so excited. This one I'm really excited about. So I'm always excited, but this one is just like, so. If you haven't been here before, put your feet flat on the floor. Thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. Thank you, Stacia. Hands facing up in a receiving position on your thighs. Put your back straight. Make sure that your jawline, your chin is not high, it's not low, it's just right. If you feel like your shoulders are kind of misaligned, a very quick way to align them is just to bring them up to your ears and then just let them go. As you do that, they literally fall into the right place. Your head, notice where there's a place, you move it forward, you move it back. When you do that, you'll notice there's a place where there's absolutely, it's effortless to hold it up. It's just everything is all in alignment. We're going to do 3 to 6 cleansing breaths, and those consist of an inhale, a hold, and an exhale. So you inhale for, I like to do it 3-4 counts. Then I like to hold for 2 to 3 counts. You can hold it for 1, 2, 3 counts. Just hold whatever feels natural and organic, and then exhale with a big And really make it audible. I notice a lot of people have an issue with making audible breaths because of judgments. So if there's people around you, just don't care, because it's actually giving your nervous system a massage. It's turning off, just doing this. Feel how good that feels. It literally turns off your sympathetic nervous system. It stops the adrenaline and the cortisol from flowing in your veins. It stops the stress response, brings you into a state of calm relaxation. And that audible sigh soothes you, soothes your body. There is nothing more powerful than your own voice. So I could do all the ahs I want and do them loudly. I cannot help you as much as if you do one single ah yourself. If you haven't already and you feel like it, you can choose to or not close your eyes. If you'd like to join me, we're just going to do 3 ohms. It's not about religion. It's about connecting with the primordial sounds of the planet. Oh Take a moment. Take a deep breath. Let it all go. Wiggle your toes. And when you're ready, come back and shake those hands. Do a little stretch. Give yourself a little hug. Take a moment to be content. Just with whatever is going on in your life. If things are going great, be content. If things are going not so great, be content. Find something to be content about. It'll reframe whatever's going on and help you focus on what's good so you can attract more good into your life. Welcome back. I hope everybody's back with me. Thank you very much. And hope you're feeling great and ready to start no matter what, because there's never a perfect time. Just ask Spirit, God, whatever you believe in, yourself, your higher self, what is the next step that is going to put me closer to my dream? Because you're either going towards your dreams or away from them, because we don't remain static. That's why I always talk about not being in agreement with balance or searching for balance, because balance is fleeting. You'll get into a moment of pure balance, but it's static and it doesn't last, right? It's a dance, it's a harmony, it's a tango, if you want to feel it. You know, it's like, it could be a waltz, it could be a tango, whatever it is in your life. I personally like tango. Not that it has anything to do with my dramatic flair. But anyway, all right. So some of you know, not all of you, that I work with the lunar energy, with the moon energy. And every new moon and full moon, I do ceremonies. I do the sowing of our dreams. I do the clearing of the energy, which is the equivalent of cleaning and clearing the land so we can sow our seeds. And then I do portal crossings, right? We had one on August 8th. It was amazing. So I do portal crossings. They're really important right now because there's a lot of energy coming into the planet. A, it helps you readjust to the energies that are coming in. And B, it helps you take a quantum leap in your awareness, in your consciousness. And they're really fantastic. They're really fun and really, I love doing them. And I love going through the portals with people instead of by myself anyway, because I would do it all the time, and bringing people along is pretty amazing. And so I figured, okay, so a lot of people don't know about this. Let me put it out there. So then I thought, well, every ceremony depends on what it is, costs between $33 and $111. And sometimes we have 3 in a month, right? And so things right now don't seem to be like, oh, well, let me just, spend $100 here and 33 here and stuff, because it keeps adding up. And I thought, also, what I'm looking for is continuity. This is why. The new moon in a sign, so the new moons and the full moons go by signs. Sometimes they don't fall in the sign that it's like there's a full moon in Pisces and you're in Aquarius and stuff. It doesn't sometimes match. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, so let's say the new moon in Pisces is the full cycle of it comes to the full moon in Pisces, but that happens 6 months later. So the new moon in Pisces, whenever that is, will have its matching full moon 6 months after that. And so new moon is the sowing of the seeds and full moon is the harvest. I've had so many people that have worked with me that sow their seeds, meaning they plant their desires, right? They put their seeds in of their desires, and things show up for them earlier than the 6 months. But the ones that impact me the most are the ones that happen on the full moon of the sign. They happen quite a bit, and it's pretty amazing to experience it. So what it means is that you need to kind of continue for 6 months in order to get your first result. This is not a one-off thing. It's not a, let me do it today and whatever, if you forget about it. No, it also means keeping sowing the seeds, because what happens is if we sow one set of seeds, our tendency is to go dig them up. Did it show up yet? Did it sprout yet? Is it coming? Is it sprouting? Is it going well? And we dig them out of the earth and we just kill everything. So it's important to do the full cycle. So in order for that to happen, I figured, well, what if I give people the most irresistible deal that I could come up with, so that they know that they're in for the long run and that they will experience the results. They'll receive the harvest. And now I've talked about harvest. The program is called Moon Harvest. I love it. It was actually going to be called Moon Shadow, based on Cat Stevens. If you all know Cat Stevens, you know what song I'm referring to. If you don't know Cat Stevens, if you're younger than, I don't know, 30 years old, I don't know how long it was when he disappeared, but go listen to this song, Moon Shadow by Cat Stevens. It will put you in a good mood. I mean, the lyrics are a little extreme, but they're about being positive, about no matter what life throws your way, you're going to look at the bright side. And it's a very playful, beautiful song. And so it was going to be called Moon Shadow because of it. But then I was like, and the Moon Harvest, and Moon Harvest kept coming up. And it's like, yeah, he inspired me, but it doesn't need to be called Moon Shadow. It has to be called Moon Harvest. So we're going to go become moon farmers with the lunar energy, and we're going to start making our dreams come true, because they do happen. They happen when you make a choice, when you get clear about what you want, and when you start taking the steps necessary for them to show up. So the next new moon is actually on the 18th. Hold on, let me look at the calendar right here. Yeah, August 18th, which is this Tuesday coming. So here's the deal. This thing is gonna be, I'm running a early bird right now. So if you sign up, you commit for 6 months, it's gonna be $33 a month. However, because this new moon in August is coming really soon, whomever signs up in the next 2 days will get this ceremony for free. So you'd start paying for September instead of August. This new moon is going to happen, and it's just going to be a treat from me, so we can start sowing the seeds and we can get the results, in February, as opposed to the first set of results in February instead of in March. But you'll get like a double because you'll be signed up through March. I hope that made sense. And so it's gonna, if you sign up within these until the Tuesday morning, you'll still have the new moon ceremony. And the early bird is gonna go through September 6th, which is my brother's birthday, through September 6th. That's the early bird. After that, or maybe I'll run it through the first full moon, which is, no, it can't be, because the first full moon is September 2nd. So till, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So through August 31st, no, that's not true. What day are we in? 16th. So I had it all written down and I forgot. Okay, so 16. So then we get the new moon, and then through the 22nd is the early bird. As of the 23rd, the price goes up to $66 a month, which is still a treat because it's 2 ceremonies per month. Sometimes we have 2 full moons within a month, so it'll get 3 ceremonies. Then we get the portal crossing it's going to be like the next one is going to be 9/9, 10/10, 11/11, which is like a critical one. It's super huge. Then 12/12. And then if I have any other portals or things that are happening astrologically, I'm just going to add them in and add some surprises. So basically, it's going to be, for now, whomever signs up till Tuesday, they'll get the new moon included. If you sign up after that, you'll get still the early bird until the 22nd, and then it goes up to $66 a month, which, in my opinion, it is still a deal. So that you can really get that momentum going, that continuity, and you can begin to experience what it is to be your own creator and harnessing the energy that is here available for all of us when we connect to it, when we receive it, and how that is going to be the fertilizer that's going to make your dreams just be even more magical. All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you're interested, DM me. I'll send you the link. We're still working on the website. I have the new image. It's so cool. I love it. I am so excited about it. I really am. When I came up with the design, the name, everything, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so fun. I'm so looking forward to it. And I cannot wait to see you there. So my friends over here on YouTube, thank you very much. I will see you next week. You take good care. And